My family tried to have me committed to take my money. My brother's wife was deployed to drug me while she seduced me into an affair. I'm a 42-year-old male. Let me start by admitting something I've never said out loud. I wasn't a good person. I clawed my way up from nothing. I was born into a family that measured love and control and loyalty in dollars. And I wanted out. Badly. So, I became ruthless. Built my life like a fortress, one calculated risk, one sleepless night, one enemy at a time. I founded a firm before I was 30, flipped it into an empire by 35, and by 40 I had a 7-figure salary, 5 homes, and a Forbes cover that made my mother cry for all the wrong reasons. "You look exhausted," she said at Thanksgiving that year, clutching my wrist like she was examining a corpse. "You should slow down. All this stress, it's not good for you." I laughed. "I'm fine, Mom." What I didn't realize then was that the people I'd worked so hard to outrun were circling back. That while I was building a kingdom, my family was plotting to steal it. And I walked straight into the trap. It started small. Family dinners that felt more like boardroom interrogations. Little comments like, "You look tired lately, Mike. Are you okay? You've been different." I brushed it off as paranoia. Maybe I was working too hard. Maybe I was just imagining the tight smiles, the sidelong glances. But then came the money requests, more frequent, more entitled. My younger cousin needed help with med school. My uncle's business was failing. My brother Rob wanted a loan for a new venture. They all came with open hands and guilt-tripping eyes. I said yes, like I always did. But it wasn't gratitude I saw. It was expectation. Entitlement. Like I owed them. My brother Rob hated me the most. He was the golden child growing up. Dad's pride, Mom's favorite. But he never did much with his life. Sold cars. Married Lisa. Got fat, then bitter. He once said to me, after too many drinks at some awkward Christmas dinner, "You don't deserve any of this." "I earned it," I replied. "No," he said, eyes dark. "You stole it." That was the last time we spoke before the nightmare started. I began losing time. First it was harmless. Keys in the fridge, emails I didn't remember sending. Then I missed a board meeting. Slept through it completely. I brushed it off as burnout, until the night I found myself barefoot at a gas station, trying to pay with my car keys. I don't even remember getting there. Then came the hallucinations. I saw a man standing in my hallway at 3 a.m. Shadowy. Silent. Gone when I blinked. Another time, I swore my coffee table was on fire, but when I touched it, it was just cold glass. The worst was at a client dinner. I got up to use the bathroom and never came back. Police found me 3 miles away, muttering to myself about my teeth falling out. I don't even have fillings. After that, they committed me. It was like falling into a trapdoor. One moment, I was in my condo, trying to make sense of the scrambled mess of my mind, and the next I was being held down on a stretcher, a needle in my arm, Rob's voice somewhere behind me saying, "It's okay, Mike. This is for your own good." The psych facility was private, expensive, and suffocating. I was disoriented, paranoid, sedated. The nurses treated me like a dangerous child. No one believed me when I said I'd been fine just a few days ago. Because Rob had planned everything. Emergency medical declarations. Fake psychological evaluations. Signed power of attorney, giving him full control of my finances and company. He'd had it notarized during one of my episodes. The signature looked like mine, but not quite. They locked my accounts. Reassigned my shares. I was declared mentally unfit to lead. My company, the thing I'd bled for, was placed under Rob's stewardship until further evaluation. It all would have been comically if it wasn't so tragic. Rob wouldn't know how to evaluate cash flow statements if someone explained it to him like he was 5. I was trapped in a medicated haze, helpless, humiliated. And worst of all? I let them do it. On day 4 of my confinement, Lisa visited me. My brother's wife. I'd been sleeping with her for 2 months. Yeah, I know. I'm a bastard. Started at a wedding. Too much champagne. Too many glances. At first it felt like revenge on Rob on the past. But then it got messy. I thought she was trapped. She said he hit her. Said she felt invisible. I thought I was saving her. She looked wrecked when she walked in. Dark circles. Shaky hands. She sat beside me like she was afraid I'd bite. I'm sorry, she whispered. I stared at her. Really looked at her. Her condolence wasn't obligatory, there was guilt all over her face. My voice was dry and slow. What did you do, Lisa? She broke like a dam. It was Rob, she said. He planned everything. He brought something back from Thailand. A drug. I didn't know what it was. He said it would just make you seem unstable. What drug? He never gave me any drugs. I raked my brain trying to remember the last time I was even in Rob's presence. It must have been 3 months ago. The one I gave you. Her voice cracked. In your wine, your coffee, and your protein shakes after we. She blushed a little. After our workouts, she finished. I didn't know it would go this far, Mike. He said you'd just get flagged for a psych eval. That you'd be forced to take a break. I didn't. You were drugging me? I asked. Every time we. I trailed off. Really, Lisa? I'm sorry. I didn't know what else to do. He threatened me. Said he'd destroy me. I turned away from her. Get out. She hesitated. Please. I'm so sorry. I said get out. She got up slowly and quickly left the visiting area. I never saw her again. After Lisa's visit, I was on a mission of vengeance. I formulated a plan and got to work. I convinced a kind nurse to let me use a computer. I started researching different drugs that matched my symptoms. There were dozens of them. I wouldn't know exactly what it was until I was able to run some tests. But I think I found a good candidate. It was untraceable in standard labs. She said Rob had brought it back from Thailand and this one was produced there. It was a black market benzo variant, used to tranquilize patients with extreme PTSD. It had a short half-life. It was not approved by the FDA. It produced a mild amnesia-like side effect that affected the patient enough to scramble short-term memory, distort reality, make someone look manic, paranoid, insane. I fumed for days. Just thinking about how everything must have gone down. They laced my drinks for weeks. I knew Rob was jealous, but this was ridiculous. Lisa helped him. My own mother had signed off on the commitment papers, claiming I was a danger to myself and others. All while smiling across the table at Sunday dinners. I funded half their vacations. I bought their house. I paid to be drugged. Kendra saved my life. My assistant. Sharp, loyal, no nonsense. She came to visit on day 10, posing as a corporate liaison. She smiled at the nurse, hugged me like she cared, and whispered, "Something's not right." I found discrepancies. Weird logs at your home. Emails to the board of directors from Rob. I've got footage. I'm going to help you. Stay strong, Mike. She slipped a burner phone into my hand, hidden in a napkin. That night, I cried for the first time in years. 2 weeks later, I was out. I engaged my legal team. I went to get blood work done. I prayed there were still traces of the drugs in my system. Thankfully there was. I secured a psychiatric second opinion. I revoked power of attorney. And I was furious. Court was war. I pressed charges including fraud, conspiracy, abuse of power of attorney, falsifying medical records, attempted unlawful commitment. Kendra supplied the forensic trail, altered prescription labels, duplicated passwords, time-stamped building entries. But the crown jewel came from Lisa. She flipped. On Rob. On my parents. On everyone. She produced emails, voicemails, and texts from Rob bragging. One read. This was almost too easy, good thing he's a sucker for blondes, and a sad story how Lisa. One video showed him laughing in a pool, beer in hand. I am king, he screamed obnoxiously into the sky. What a poser. The judge didn't hesitate. Charges stuck. Rob lost everything. So did my mother and anyone else who'd signed those commitment papers. The look on Rob's face as they let him out? Smug. Like he was just annoyed he lost. You think this makes you better than us? He sneered in the hallway. I looked him dead in the eyes. Yes, I said. Always have been. That cleared his face. Update. 18 months later. I stepped down as CEO. I still own the company. But Kendra runs it now. She earned it, and with her experience, degrees, and knowledge she's exhibited throughout the years, I know she will do just fine. I moved to a quiet house up north near the mountains. I have no neighbors. I garden. I read. I eat dinner without checking emails. I go to therapy once a week. I sleep with the windows open. And I don't answer calls from unknown numbers. Lisa sent me a letter last fall. Said she still loves me. That she's sorry. That she didn't know how to stop. It went straight to the trash. Some people ask if I miss my family. I don't. If you made it this far, thanks for reading. Here's what I've learned. Paranoia isn't always irrational. Sometimes, they really are out to get you. And sometimes, they're sitting across from you at Thanksgiving dinner. Good luck out there, Reddit.